One time I watched a YouTube video put together by someone who was neurotypical, yet was not in a neurodiverse marriage, offering advice to other neurotypical people who are in neurodiverse marriages. And I am assuming that this video was meant very positively and was intended to help the neurotypical people in neurodiverse marriages and also their partners with autism. And this video was about mind blindness, also known as theory of mind. And the neurotypical person who made the video was explaining to the neurotypical people who are married to people with autism the way someone with autism can't see their perspective. And the conclusion at the end of the video was that if your partner with autism treats you in a really, really insensitive way and is very mean to you in a way that seems very abrupt, please know that the person with autism didn't mean it. And, well, I've a couple problems with that. First of all, if neurotypical partners, first of all, let's start at the beginning. Chances are that neurotypical partners in neurodiverse marriages only need a little bit of information about mind blindness and autism in order to put the whole story together. Because remember, they've been living in these relationships in a very intimate way for a very long period of years. And if you're a professional and you're working with autism, you've taken some classes and you see some people in your practice and you do what you can to help families managing autism and people managing autism, whether they have it or they don't. But you don't have the level of experience that neurotypical partners who are married to someone with autism have. So as soon as you start explaining mind blindness, the neurotypical partners are going to pick right up on it. It's not that they haven't been observing and watching and trying to figure out what's going on in their relationship for years. They have. It's just that they've been missing the information that other person's brain isn't working the same way their brain is. So the things that they're assuming the other person knows about them that the other person doesn't know, as soon as you tell them that, they get it. I mean, they've lived it, right? But starting there, maybe they don't need that much advice. The second part of that is to tell the neurotypical person the same things that you tell a parent of a child who with autism who was misbehaving in ways, to say, your child doesn't mean it, and really leave it at that, is to really tell the neurotypical person that when your partner is really awful to you, that's okay, just let it go. Now, how do you think that's really going to work in a marriage over a long period of time? Should the neurotypical partner just allow the partner with autism to be insensitive and hurtful because that person has autism and say, it's okay, you have autism? I mean, is that really good for children with autism? Or do we all need to learn how to live socially? So, and then the other part of that is it's not really good for the person with autism either to just give them a pass because they have autism. We all need to learn how to treat each other. Now, on the other hand, the advice this person was giving, to be realistic, if you're going to stay in a neurodiverse marriage and be in a neurodiverse marriage, you are going to be in a situation where you're with someone who isn't going to be aware of how you're feeling a lot and isn't going to be behaving in a way that takes into account your feelings. And that's a reality. So it comes to a point of trying to figure out what you are going to be okay with and what you're not going to be okay with and where you're going to draw those boundary lines. And and that's healthy in any relationship. But one of the things that I think all professionals need to be telling these couples is that you've got to take care of you. It's the neurotypical partners need to find that place of self-care. They can't be the caregivers and they can't just let everything go. And in fact, by letting things go And because of the trauma that's happening in these relationships, the conflict just gets worse and worse and worse as years go by. So, again, I don't have a lot of solutions. I'm not really convinced by a lot of the ideas and solutions that people out there are sharing because I'm not sure that they're really viable. I am standing here saying we need to talk about this and we need more research. We need to figure out if there are solutions and what they really are, and we need solutions that aren't just ideas.